Welcome everyone to the Black and Yellow Otaku Gamers podcast. This is a weekly podcast where we talk about anime and games, mostly anime because we're weeb as fuck. And yeah, we're going to be talking about the anime of winter 2017. And it's me, Kenny. We got Mark, Marky Mark.
What's up?
And we got Nick, Rakutsu motherfucker. No? Nothing?
Hashtag not a weeaboo.
Bro, the story you just told, you're pretty weeb. Alright? Don't get me started, motherfucker.
Voicemail messages from like 15 years ago.
Mushy mushy.
The sins. Alright, let's not repeat the story.
Carry on. We won't. Alright, so yeah, there's a ton of anime that came out this season. Great way to start 2017. To be honest, I was kind of not too excited about this season. I didn't see a lot of great things, but there are a few diamonds in the rough, so I can't wait to talk about some of them. We kind of all have a list of things that we watched, and we're all going to talk about them. And I think we're all watching Konosuba, right? I think that's the
Yes.
number one one.
We better all be.
Konosuba.
I think I actually explicitly said we should all be.
If you don't watch this show, you're dead to me. Like, that's literally what you said to us.
Yes.
If you're not watching Konosuba, I will fucking kill you and come at your family or something. That's literally what you said. I remember it.
Sounds about right. That sounds exactly like something I would say.
You're like, explosion!
Oh god, that was perfect.
Wait, you didn't watch the new episode, did you guys?
I did.
Really? It came out today, didn't it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't see the new episode. Fuck!
Yeah, it's episode 2, and it brought the funnies.
It was excellent.
It was
I'm going to watch that
classic,
immediately after this.
classic Konosuba. Like, they brought the I'm going to say toads. I'm pretty sure they were toads. They brought the toads back. And it was definitely very fun. We also got a new character. But before I get into that, I just want to talk about how great Konosuba episode 1 was. And I thought it was great. Even though I've seen a lot of people talking a lot of shit about it. A lot of people didn't like it for some reason. They were like, oh, bring back the funny. And I'm like, what? Dude.
That's fucked up.
Really?
Kazuma in the jail cell was hilarious. That whole scene was so funny. I don't understand how people thought it wasn't.
Not even just him, but like Aqua when she's like going to the window and saying, "Hey, I got you this," and it never worked. Hey, I got you this box to stand on. Oh, let me bring it to you. She walks up to the guards.
Fucking Aqua.
See, I feel hilariously different right now because we've each picked out a separate part. Because my hilarious part to that was just the explosion outside of town, and how Aqua's solution towards don't worry, they're not going to know it was the one explosion made in town because I made them wear masks. Like that, I just lost my shit. I just couldn't get. I was just like, oh my god, okay. You know what, Aqua?
It cuts to them wearing like the shittiest masks.
I actually thought that they had not even drawn the masks in. I was pretty sure that they just photoshopped the masks in poorly. And then they just had the exact same scene running. I'm like, normally I'd say that's poor, lazy animation, but given the context of this show, that is just the greatest fucking thing they could have done.
See,
was just be like,
they're not lazy though. I don't think they're lazy. I think they do it on purpose for comedic relief, and that's why I'm always okay with it.
You know what? It's funny. The one thing that I heard someone say was people were raging about the animation, and I'm like, what? What the fuck kind of bullshit is that? No, the animation was pretty good.
I know Mark said something about it. He did say something.
I did say quality did go down from season 1, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's not like
it's not PowerPoint show, but it did go down from season 1.
It's not like Cory in the House quality. It's like, some real quality anime, like King of the Hill. But, so, Konosuba, I think it really brought it. I had no issues with it. And I thought the conclusion of the episode made it even greater. Like,
oh, absolutely.
I loved every moment of it. I wish I could like watch it fresh, not knowing what's gonna happen, because it was definitely a really refreshing experience to watch that episode.
No, I absolutely agree. It was good. It made me realize, you know what? When we pick this as comedy of the year in our votes, it really, really kind of resounded with me. Okay, good. We're not the ones that were wrong. It's everyone else that was wrong, clearly.
How dare you guys pick Sakamoto?
I know.
Assholes.
I mean, honestly, that was also another good show. That was
Dude,
great.
it was fucking hilarious. I actually picked up the manga. Like, I was looking at it, and I was reminded how funny it was. And seeing it in manga form was just as funny. So, definitely should pick that up if you can. But yeah, Konosuba. Probably gonna be one of the best anime of this year. Like, just watching the first episode. I'm like, alright, we're gonna have a lot of sequels this season, but this is probably gonna be one of the best sequels. If not, it'll probably be One Punch Man.
Agreed.
Fucking... Because, like, Attack on Titan's gonna come back, but I don't see it being as interesting as the first one. But... then again, I'm not, like, fully caught up into the manga or anything, so, like, I don't really know what's going on, but, like, I remember hearing a lot about it before, and it just didn't seem as fast-paced as the previous season was.
See,
I'm caught up, and I can tell you second season will probably be not as action-packed as the first season, but there will be a lot more what the heck is going on moments.
yeah.
Isn't it, like,
I was gonna
more
say,
background
I'm not
story?
caught up on the manga, but yeah. It's a lot of explaining about the Titans. Like, the first one and the first few arcs of the manga did a really good job of hooking you onto, okay, I know there's some crazy-ass backwards, like, insanity as to why this is happening. It's not just there's giant people eating people for no damn reason. And they kind of start touching upon that. Like, it's this giant conspiracy theory. It's insane. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
But... oh, no.
So, I think you're the one that said that you were watching Saga of Tanya the Evil?
Yes.
What the fuck
man.
is up with that show? Can you please explain?
So, first two episodes, pretty different, because the first one, off the bat, they do a really good job, and I'm going to put a lot of this into my article, but what ends up happening is the first bit is World War One. You feel like you're playing Battlefield 1 right now. You see people in trenches, and then a whistle blows, charge over no man's land. Germans get just shot the hell up. Or, I'm sorry, the Empire, those soldiers just get shot the hell up. And right when one guy's about to get just blasted in the face by three dudes, all of a sudden, mages come into his rescue, fly down, grab him, pick him up, fly him off. And in the middle of this, you've got this 9-year-old blonde girl who is insane. Like, we're talking, yes, just crazy powers, flies around, blows people up like insane. And it's funny because she's the officer of a platoon, and she basically tells these guys, it's like, hey, listen, my orders, run backwards, like retreat, stick with us, we're supposed to be a delaying tactic. She sticks to the tactics, the rules. These two guys run off, and they're like, no, screw you, you're a little kid, we're going to go kill the artillery that's killing our countrymen. So what ends up happening is she is about to demote them and send them off of the front lines. And what she ends up doing is she ends up stationing them in a bunker. And this is the very beginning. So she's got her adjutant, who's like, oh my God, Lieutenant Tanya, she's such a nice person at heart. She sent them there so that they'd be safe in the rear, because that's like off the front lines. So what ends up happening is you go around through a couple other scenes. She fights other mages and just completely outclasses them. She's outnumbered, I think, somewhere around 15 or 20 to 1. And she basically tells her platoon, hold my beer, I got this. She goes up and makes a magical fuel air bomb. The mechanics behind this are as such. You blow up something with such absolute force and heat that it sucks all of the oxygen out of the air around it. She did this with magic, just obliterating people. And they even describe how the concept is, even if I were to survive the blast and the explosion, the oxygen would be exploded out of my lungs. And that's what happens. So she wins this battle. Everyone's like, oh my god, okay, she's such a hero. She's such an amazing patriot, blah, blah, blah. And then the adjutant, who's this naive little girl, is just like, she's like 18 or 19, says, oh, wow, holy crap, the guys that were sent to the back lines got blown up. Their bunker got destroyed. This is awful. And she's like kind of in tears, and she's like, I guess I'll tell the lieutenant. So at this point, there's also an assessment about from one guy who says, oh, yeah, this bitch is evil. Like, I met her once during training. She is evil. And you're thinking at this point that's a little exaggeration because her voice is actually it's very cute little girl voice. Like, the voice actress they got for this role is actually it's good. And the whole capstone to this is the adjutant tells Tanya, yeah, those two guys that you sent to the back lines, they died. And she smiles and says, well, of course they died. It's a pillbox. A pillbox makes for a perfect artillery target. It doesn't move. It's stationary. It's of high value. As soon as you identify it, it stands to reason it would be destroyed. And the adjutant, the corporal, just kind of looks at her. Did you know this was going to happen? The response is just a maniacal laugh from this little girl for like 15 seconds. And you're just like, wow, this bitch is insane.
Yeah, so that explains the cover art.
Yeah, no, she is evil as fuck. Like, it's really, really good because that whole episode, instead of her being comically Nazi evil dark, it gives you this little bit of hope where it's like, okay, she's not really evil, she's just pragmatic. No, she's fucking evil. And it's great because in the second episode they explain the reason why she's evil is she's the reincarnation of a very cynical, jaded businessman. And at that point I realized, you know what? Fuck it. I would be the same way. If I was a jaded, cynical businessman who got reincarnated into a magical girl, I'd probably go about being evil as shit and working for Nazis too to take over the world. What that says about me as a person, we can talk about later. But that's like the backstory, basically. She got reincarnated, or he got reincarnated into this little girl in an alternate universe, and just goes about fucking shit up as the magical girl.
All right, that's I don't know how I feel. It's like I had it on my list for a possible pickup, and now I'm like, I'll have to give it a shot. Like, I need that first episode.
Give it at least the first episode. At least the first episode's a good hook.
I had it on my list for something to pick up, but now I'm regretting not watching it sooner.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, it's actually probably going to be one of my top 3 of the season.
Oof, top 3
of the season.
Maybe even top for action, depending on how Blue Exorcist sticks it up.
Yeah, it's not a lot of action this season, to be honest.
And that's actually what I was talking to Kenny about like a couple days ago. Like, I'm not watching any action this season. Now I found one, and the only reason I'm not watching Blue Exorcist is because I haven't watched the original.
Oh, what the hell? Really?
Yeah, I haven't.
It's been out for like 5 years.
I know.
Yeah, so that's why he's not watching
it.
I'll catch him.
He's not a filthy casual anime watcher. Come on, dude. He watches all that, underground shit, that good shit. So,
yeah, all the feels heavy stuff.
What are you watching this season, Mark?
Do you want me to start with something that other people are watching, or the one that I'm watching that neither of you are
watching?
I am watching. English title is Scum's Wish.
The fuck is
Japanese
that?
title Kuzu no Honkai.
Okay. I'm like, what the fuck is Scum's Wish? And I'm like,
yeah, I had no idea what that was when I saw your listing.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Does it translate well? Like, I don't understand.
I think so. I've never actually known the actual literal translation.
Oh my god. Alright, what's that about?
But yeah, so basically it's a pretty dark and heavy romance. Basically the two main characters, they have an unrequited love.
Yeah,
English is hard. Yeah.
Words are hard, dude.
For their teachers. These are high schoolers, and they both find out about that, so they decide, let's use each other as a replacement lover.
Wow.
And I do say this is dark and heavy and dark and heavy and rather not suitable for children because they do get a little physical in the first episode.
Ooh.
But yeah, I've been reading the manga for this, and I will honestly say the animation quality is like top notch.
How's it? How's it
even
hold
though
up?
it's like,
Go ahead.
even though it's like not like heavy on action or anything, but like the colors, the just framing and everything is just top notch in my opinion.
How do you feel it holds up as an adaptation?
Pretty well, actually. From what I remember, they covered like almost literally everything in the first chapter, however many chapters they covered. I binge read most of the manga, so I'm not entirely sure like what it covers.
Mm-hmm.
The first episode, at least. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting ride, and especially for those of you who haven't read the manga. If you want something that's emotional and may get you like angry at the characters for being so stupid, go ahead and pick it up.
Not School Days.
So I was gonna say that sounds like a good branch to either Masamune-kun's Revenge or Fuka, simply because that's precisely what I am personally trying to avoid right now. So
what are you trying to avoid?
Like things that'll make me violently angry about the characters.
Why do you think that would happen with these wonderful animes?
I know, right?
Come on,
God.
Masamune-kun's Revenge is the best. It's so peaceful and happy. While Fuka
I
is,
loved
like,
the
musical.
comment you found. I love the comment you found, Kenny. As a branch off into Masamune-kun's Revenge, since it's the one I'm not watching that you two are, feel free to chime in with your comment.
Oh, yeah, sure. So, my comment, what did I put? Let's see. I think I can find it. Okay, here it is. So, somebody on the Crunchyroll, like in the comments section for Masamune-kun no Revenge, they said, just hope this doesn't turn out like School Days. And I can say, for all of us, we don't want that either. I've been through School Days. School Days changed me as a person. I did not feel the same way ever again. Like, it's just one of those things that, like, I dealt with. I was done with it, and I was like, why? Like, why did I watch that? So, Masamune-kun no Revenge is actually really, really good. I read the manga. I'm happy that the manga's actually coming to the US. I have 3 volumes because they've only printed 3 so far. And it's about a guy who pretty much grew up with this girl, like childhood friend, and she is someone he actually liked, and she just like called him Pigfoot. I don't know why. He was like a fat little kid, and she just called him Pigfoot. And ever since that moment, he made it his I was gonna say journey. What the fuck? It was like
Goal in life.
His goal in life was to become irresistible and like sexy and, you know, just the guy everyone likes, so that she can one day fall for him and then he can crush her. So that was like the thing about the story, where I was like, okay, this is really different than all the other slice of lives I've seen, where it's like slice of life rom-comedy thing. But it really, it's really interesting to watch, and I think they picked really good voice actors for it. Everyone kind of fits the role really well, and I have no complaints about it so far. I know Marc was watching it too. I'm not sure if he read as much as I did, but I know he was reading it.
As many episodes have been out now, I've read that far already.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the next episode will be further than I read. I didn't really read that far.
It gets interesting. Like, especially when they add the next... I know there's, like, another love interest that Maccabee has. And it's going to get really good. But, you know, I was concerned that it wouldn't hold up. Like, as an adaptation, it's doing pretty well. I was just scared that, like, the general audience wouldn't like it. Like, the anime community would be like, meh, we'll see. But it's getting a lot of high praise, which I didn't expect. I felt the same way about Fuka. When I first heard Fuka was getting adapted, I was like, oh, I don't know if the adaptation is going to be that great. After watching Kimi no Iromachi...
The Kimi anime was just terrible.
It was so bad, dude. Kimi no Iromachi had, like, the worst pacing ever. Like, they literally went from showing you, like, what was it? A few arcs. Was it 1 or 2 arcs, like, in one episode? And just skipped, like, a whole bunch of shit. And then it was just bad, to be honest. Like, you missed out on so much great quality.
Are you talking about the first one?
Yeah, I'm talking about the first one. The second one was bad, too.
Yeah, because they skipped everything.
Yeah.
And then went to the interesting story.
Yeah, and that's not good. Like, for me, I would have sat through all that bullshit, because it was the journey that made it so great.
Yeah.
But Fuka is also great, and that's something we're all watching, I believe. Nick?
Tentatively, yes.
Nick is really only watching it because I mentioned it.
No. It actually dawned on me. Did I ever watch the Kimi no Iromachi anime?
Probably not.
And in a very similar manner to how I had a very rage-filled, like, remembrance. Like, it all came back to me in a wave of anger and disappointment. And then just now looking at the screenshots, I realized, oh, yes, I had watched that. And oh, yes, that also fills me with rage and disappointment.
Did you read the manga?
Kimi no Iromachi, yeah.
Okay.
Not Fuka. Fuka, you guys got me to start. I read the first few chapters, and that's why it dawned on me. Wait a second. Why does Fuka seem familiar? I remember this scene. I remember this whole intro. And then you guys reminded me. Or Marc reminded me.
Yeah, Marc reminded you.
And then I was enraged at Marc.
Why?
It's one of those things. It's like, you know what? Someone stabbed my best friend to death. It was a brutal murder, and I blanked it out of my mind. What is that? That one anime that's insanely violent. Pink-haired girl with amnesia. Elfen Lied. Yeah, it was that too. But Elfen Lied. The protagonist from that had, like, this horrifying amount of amnesia where he blocked out the brutal murder of his family because, you know, it's a brutal murder of his family. I wouldn't want to remember that either. But Here's Marc saying, hey, here's a photo of the family. You remember what happened to them? Yeah, they were brutally murdered. You remember spending hours reading and watching Kimi no Iromachi? Yeah, remember.
But Fuka's not a picture of that family. It's a picture of the aunt and uncle of that family.
God damn it, Marc. God fucking damn it.
Fuka's good.
Fuka.
It's
It stands alone from the rest of Seiyou's work, to be honest.
It's a step. I feel like it's actually the one that should have been animated versus anything else he's written.
Yeah.
Half and Half was never animated, right?
No, but it is a fun little thing they added into Fuka. It's like a little Easter egg. Yeah, the movie. I thought about that. I'm like, wait, was there a movie? Did they make this into a movie and I missed it? How would Kevin have let me miss this? Nope, didn't happen.
I think that chapter of Fuka actually came out before they finished up Half and Half.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Half and Half was like a 5-year saga. I still remember that was the way Kevin and I would screw with one another. It's, hey, dude, they released the next chapter of Half and Half. Really? we looked that shit up. Oh, you son of a bitch. Mm-hmm. Don't fuck with me about that.
Yeah. It's, Fuka's really... I think the thing I like the most about it is, there's a lot of very, new things that we're seeing in the anime, such as Twitter and, you know, more visual things such as... trying to think. Fuck. So, I like the fact that it's more music driven.
I was gonna say the audio.
It's music driven, and they have a lot more like smartphones, which I don't really see very often in anime lately. I'll say that. So like overall, there's just a lot of new things that we haven't seen in anime in a while. And then another thing too is that it's so adapted well that one of the things about his manga that he loves to do is, holy shit, it's ecchi as fuck. So
yeah,
you have like used sisters just walking around, naked, like, oh, put on clothes, and they're like, no, we're family. Like, no, this isn't okay. So if you don't know what
or
Fuka
that DC
is,
with you just staring.
yeah, exactly. So with Fuka, it's pretty much about this boy named Yu who meets this girl named Fuka, and the way that they meet is obvious to no one. It's just like any slice of life, meeting between the main characters. He just happens to take a picture of her, and she thinks he's trying to take like panty shots of her. So she goes and smashes the phone. Why? All I do is Twitter. Why did you do that to me? So
Actually, that first time he didn't actually take a picture.
no,
Yeah,
but
he
didn't.
didn't.
He didn't try. He didn't try the first time. The first time he was just on Twitter, and she thought, "Oh, you're pointing your phone at me, so you're trying to take a picture." Smashes the camera. They meet again. Smashes the camera. Smashes the phone. Well, second, yeah. So the second time, threw the phone off the roof, and it was a replacement phone. So, which I don't really understand why you're renting out phones.
She was trying to grab it from him, and
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was a loaner while it was being
Yeah.
repaired.
I'm like mixing things. I
yeah.
apologize. So,
No, you're good.
yeah, so Fuka is pretty interesting tale on how they start to develop this relationship, friendship first, and they become band members together between them two and a few other classmates. And it gets pretty fucking real pretty fucking fast.
And I would like to add that it's one of the first few that I've seen that has a gay character that's not flamboyantly gay and stands out every time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm not interested in that type of thing. Wink. That's literally
the whole concept where it was actually really heartwarming to me because I picked up on the clues that they had put in, which I think is always a very good component, which we'll talk about in Blue Exorcist. But really, just watching that and realizing he was subtly getting jealous that this girl was interested in this other dude, and he's just like, "Yo, I'm like he's starting to really be a little defensive about her." And then eventually it kind of comes out, "Oh no, I'm not into women." And then just it makes sense now why all the girls, like why you were able to know everything about the hair of the women and why they were so cool with you touching them and why you were so close and friendly with all the girls in class, because that's how you swing. I got you.
Yeah.
Which, knowing MJ being my best friend, kind of, I'm like, all right, yeah, no, I can see that shit happening.
Ha, gay.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. There's another one that I picked up. I picked this anime up like 2 days ago. It's called Seiden, or you can say Siren, but I think it's Seiden, and it is. I don't even know. Like, I literally watched it, and I said to myself, like, from the first episode, I did not know what genre it was. I had no clue. I was like, this looks like slice of life. Looks like it wants to be this. Decided it wanted to be this instead. Gave up on the slice of life thing, and then was like, hey, we're back to slice of life again. And I'm like, what the fuck? So it's fucking weird. So the main character, he is somebody that doesn't know what he wants to do with his life. He is like lost, and he's talking to his guidance counselor or his teacher, I'm not sure. And she's like, what do you want to do with your life? He's like, I want to be a horned beetle. Like, that's his goal in life. He wants to be a horned beetle.
Okay. I had to like take my headphones off and then put them on. I'm like, hey Kenny, could you repeat that? I swear to God, you said that he wanted to be a horned beetle.
Yes, he wanted to be a horned beetle. That's what he wanted. And she's like, okay, well, you can't really do that, but Is there a reason why? It pretty much like he remembers how happy he was when he first saw one. So he put two and two together and pretty much came up with the idea that he wants to do something that makes people happy. Not just the fact that he wants to be a horned beetle. Even though he really didn't want to be a horned beetle.
That makes like 1 billion times more sense.
Yeah.
Like...
And then the teacher's like, okay, well, how about you become a manga artist? What? And she's just like, yeah, so you could be a manga artist, you could make the horned beetle a main character or like a superhero and make them save somebody, save the heroine from whatever. It was like a mess, and I was like, what the fuck? And like that's just like the beginning of the story, and then you start to see it's centered on him and him trying to just find ways to become more educated and maybe try to get into a better school so you can actually be ahead in life. Like, I feel like that's his biggest conflict, is that he is behind one of his classmates and he doesn't want to be behind this classmate. He wants to beat the classmate. But he seems to have a thing for this classmate and doesn't admit anything until later. And somehow they get stuck into this situation where they're going to this cram school-ish thing during their break. And as he opens his window, like, kind of to relieve stress after his long day, he sees a horned beetle, and he's like, awesome. I love horned beetles. And then, out of nowhere, a hand appears. What the fuck? Then you see this girl climbing into his room, climbing up to him as he's pacing backwards into his bed. And that's where the episode ends. What?
What is this?
Yeah.
What is life?
That's the first episode. I didn't know. I was like, what? But then the second episode makes more sense and it gets more into slice of life stuff, but I feel like it's definitely going to take a weird turn later. It's something I want to give a shot. We'll see how it goes, but, you know, love to see other people watch it and see what they think, because I have no fucking clue what it is. But you get a ton of memes out of it. I have already saved a whole bunch of pictures of it because it was so funny. Like, a bunch of screenshots.
So this is this season Sakamoto?
No, that was Konosuba.
Oh, okay. That's very true.
Yeah, so you guys should check it out. Trying to think what else, if there's anything else. Like, I know that me and Nick are watching Blue Exorcist. I have something else I want to talk about, but that'll be later. And Mark, did you have anything else?
I haven't started watching. Well, they talked about it earlier, Tanya, but I will be watching that soon. And then, what was it? ACCA, 13 Territory Inspection Department.
Oh, you gonna make me talk
that
about
one
it now?
go on too, because I wanted to look into that, but I have yet to watch that one.
All right, so
I've yet to watch that one, but it's on my queue. So actually curious as to what you think of it.
So Madhouse. That is the studio behind this interesting tale. Madhouse is one of, I'm not gonna say one of my favorite studios, but I know a lot of great works from them. They're the creators of One Punch Man, Death Parade, a whole bunch of great stuff. And the director is actually known for doing a lot of great stuff too. He was also the director of One Punch Man and Space Dandy, and did a lot of key animation for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and a few other things. He goes by the name of Shingo Natsumi, and he's a pretty cool guy. So I started watching this show, and I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. It seems like it was a lot of world building, but it's a world that I want to see more of. It's pretty much about this guy named Gene who works for ACCA, which is actually this huge establishment, or I'll say establishment. This huge establishment within the 13 states where he lives. I don't know why it's 13 states, but it's like that's their region. And he is a part of what is called the inspection department. And he inspects to see like if anything's going wrong. He goes around, and that's literally his job. Like, he is constantly traveling. He hates his job, but he keeps doing it. No one knows why. So, apparently within this, I don't really want to say establishment. I feel like it's more like a military / police force. It's so weird. But apparently it's a whole bunch of shit going on in the background where they think there's gonna be a coup where they just like start some crazy shit, and it seems like they're trying to plant everything on Jean. So it's kind of weird. I don't really know what they're going with the story, but it's definitely really interesting. Right now, like I said, it's only in episode 2, and it's more world building versus the actual story right now. But it's definitely a really interesting take on this interesting different story, and the animation is very different. Like the art quality is definitely like a dip down from all the other stuff that Madhouse has done, but I know that's because they're sticking to the manga, and they're putting a lot of effort into animating this semi-crappy art. I don't think it's bad. I think it fits the story really well, so I can't really hate it. But I'll tell you right now, what makes this show is its opening and ending are really good, and just the score itself, like the OSTs are really fit every mood that's going on in the show. So it's definitely something that I needed. I think the opening is super like different, funky, and just cool. Like you got some like English rapping in it, and then you got like this Japanese singer, and it's like so weird, but it's so refreshing. So it's definitely something you should check out.
My question to you.
What's up?
My question to you. Does their ending and an opening beat Yuri on Ice?
You would bring this up.
All right, let's continue on before Kenny stabs me to death.
It's the best opening of 2017 so far, I think. If I had to pick something else to beat it, maybe Blue Exorcist. But that's because Overworld, I can't really, yeah. I can't think of anything else. Fuka's pretty good too, but...
Fuka's was nice. I want to try to remember Konosuba's right now, but since I only watched one episode, I guess, yeah.
They only showed the opening once, I think. They might have played
it was at the end. Yeah. It was at the end. Yeah, they played it at the end, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
It's definitely, like, if I'm talking about, like, visually... damn it. I like Konosuba and Akko really well. Both at the same time, I mean. They're both really good to listen to. And, like, Konosuba is really entertaining, and it makes me not want to skip it. Have you ever tried to, like, say Konosuba's, like, long-ass name? Kono Subarashi Sekai ni Shukufuku wo. Like, what?
Konosubarashi Sekai ni Shukufuku wo. That's good until the end.
Yeah, to the end. Like, when you go through the first part, it's like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, and then the end, it just really throws you. It's weird.
Yeah. I think right now, like, if I had to say, like, my favorite anime currently, it's probably going to be Blue Exorcist. And that's only because of what I already put into the show that makes it good. And, like, Konosuba, and then Aka. And that's only because those are, like, the ones that get my interest the most. Fuka, I already know the story, and Masumine, I already know the story, so it's not, like, my favorites because I already know how it's going to end. But fuck. Blue Exorcist time? Question mark?
Sounds about good.
Okay. You should start us off.
Okay. So, I had actually written an article about this, describing my thoughts and assessment of the very first episode, kicking us into this season. And just as a quick recap, it picks up right where season 1 left off. It's actually really good.
Not true.
And they had... Do you say not true?
Yeah, it's like in the middle of season 1.
What do you mean? No, it's after he goes and fights Satan.
No.
It's not?
No. Okay.
I've read some Reddit posts because I wanted to know how
much. Are you shitting me?
All right.
And
do you think my entire article is like fucking wrong? I come off sounding like a complete dumbass.
It takes
and you didn't correct me until now.
It takes place like in the middle of the story because the manga strayed off. So the manga strayed off, and they decided, hey, They did the whole Full Metal thing where they were like, okay, let's continue on with our own stuff. And then now they're trying to pick up where they left off and add the manga portion. So they actually leave off, like, I think it's episode 12 or like 16 or some shit, or 14, I forgot. So, yeah, you're not, like, completely wrong, but, like, yeah, it's, like, in the middle somewhere. That's why in the first episode there's, like, flashbacks of him going off crazy.
Yeah,
like, that wasn't.
Yeah, I was really
end.
confused.
Yeah, that wasn't in the end.
Yeah, I thought not, but again, I didn't really recap it because I'm like, you know what? I did watch this 2 years ago, and for a number of reasons, I am a completely different individual than I was then. So clearly, I was just wrong. But okay, no, all right. Well, I'm going to retcon that. I'm hoping
go fix that article.
Kenny's gonna mark the shit out of this and update what I said. And
update
we're going
what
to
you
continue
said.
from
How?
right this second. No. We're going to edit that out of the podcast and continue right now.
Oh, okay.
So, Kenny, that's a great thing right there. That's really great.
I'm not editing
that
that
you
out.
could mention Blue Exorcist because Blue Exorcist picks up in the middle of season 1, pretty much before things get a little too crazy, and it's really interesting because they do a lot of really well put foreshadowing. They managed to show this character, and the very first thing I thought in my head was, there's something off about that guy. I don't know what it is, but Scooby-Doo has drilled into my head, suspicious people like that are typically suspicious for a reason. Lo and behold, he ends up being the bad guy. And they bring up a lot of the issues that I took to heart from the first Blue Exorcist, which is family. I'm very close with my brothers, even though they're considerably younger than me. And honestly, I really love them. And it kind of strikes home when I see how siblings interact with one another in works of fiction like this, where they show different dynamics. Because in another world, this could be my brothers, because they're only like a year apart. I recognize that they're twins in Blue Exorcist, but still, same premise. It's always very interesting to me to see takes on things like siblings, because I like to think I'm very close with my siblings, and the fact that they play off of that dynamic very well in the main series, and I'm hoping they'll continue to play off of that in this offshoot, really gives me a lot of reason to want to watch season 2, even though it's a different arc that matches what the manga had been showing and is in the middle of season 1. Definitely not a continuation off of it. But yeah. The action so far is good. The character development is very interesting, and I still love my nickname for Izumo. Eyebrows McCindere-chan. I think that's probably the most adequate and appropriate nickname for her.
Dude, it felt so good to see Eyebrows again. It's so funny. She gets so much love on the anime subreddit. I just didn't think people loved her so much. They're like, oh man, I've missed Eyebrows so much. No one thought that we'd ever see a character make eyebrows like that look cute or look cool. And I'm like, oh, I didn't expect that. So it's pretty interesting to see the anime community being so happy about something so small. But I see it so small versus them, I guess.
Yeah.
I think one scene that I thought was really good was when Rin was talking with, I forget what his name is, the guy with the pink hair.
The guy or the girl?
The guy.
Not Bon. Yeah, it's darn it, it's killing me. What was his name? Pink hair. I'll tell you in a second.
Well, yeah, he was talking to him, and they were drinking together, and they're drinking this grape drink, and it's like, it's so happy-go-lucky, and like, he's like, oh, I wish avoiding you is so much harder than actually talking to you, and it hit home, really, for a lot of people, I think, because I think we've all been in that situation where, like, you're mad at somebody, but you don't want to say anything, and you just, like, avoid the person, but then you realize, oh shit, if I just fucking say how I feel, then this whole thing would be avoided. So like that really struck home for me. And then I realized, man, they're getting tipsy. What are they drinking? I thought it was just grape juice. And then you're like, oh shit, they're getting lit.
Yeah, that was hilarious because I was genuinely. I actually took a note down. I take notes when I watch this stuff, so when I write the articles, I can remember. Mm-hmm. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, why the fuck is he getting drunk off of juice? And then they have the moment with the teacher saying, huh, this is weird. Why am I drinking juice? I lost my shit. Also, his name is Renzo Shima.
Renzo Shima?
Yeah. Renzo Shima. Renzo's the first name, Shima's the family name.
Dude, you know how much that fucks me up when I watch anime? And, like, when they sub anime, they tend to try to make sure that they change the order of the names for you. Yeah. That gets me sometimes, because, like, I'm just not prepared for it. Yeah, like, I'm trying to... In my head, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's the last name's first, and then the first name's last. And then I'm watching it, and they do it the other way, and I'm like, oh my god, I wasn't prepared for that.
Yeah.
So, it's something so small, but goddamn.
No, you're absolutely right. Another thing that throws me off is, I swear, in the same episode, they actually change what their definition for their, like, the junior exorcist title is.
Yeah.
Like, they explicitly, like, 1 second call it X-Wire, like EX-Wire, mm-hmm. and then change it to referring to them as Esquires, like Squire. In the same episode, I'm pretty sure I caught that, and I was just like, what the fuck? Am I going insane?
Did you rewatch it?
No, I should have. I just kind of wanted to watch it because I was like, oh my god, I can't stop now. I want to watch it.
You were just so happy that it starts off right where the last one ended, so you were pretty excited.
Yeah, right in the middle, because that's what it says in the article.
No one heard anything. It's fine. So,
nope.
Yeah, I think I know what I'm going to be watching next season. I may give that one a shot. The one that Nick was talking about, Saga of Time of the Evil. I might check that out. There's another one on my list that I'm still not sure if I should watch or not. It's called Kobayashi-san Chi no Maid Dragon.
That one. I saw
so
that.
Funny.
I didn't really give it enough attention.
Yeah,
it's a comedy, right?
Yeah, I was actually watching it during Crunchyroll's anime roundup with Funimation, and it was they showed a slight scene from it, and it was really interesting. And I'm like, what is going on? That was really funny, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll put this on my list. And it's still in my possible pickup list, so we'll see how that goes.
Something else on my pickup list is shit, what was it?
Say it in?
Interviews with Monster Girls or whatever it was called.
Yeah, I'm on the fence about that one. I might pick it up.
You know what you guys should pick up?
Chopsticks.
Spirit Pact. Because that's definitely not yaoi. It's definitely not yaoi.
Alright, so this is what I wanted
if I
to tell
wanted
you.
that, I can just pick up Super Lovers.
If I wanted yaoi, I just watch Yuri on Ice. Oh, too soon. So, Mark, remember we were talking about Spirit Pack?
Yes.
So, Nick, on Crunchyroll, if you were to look at the stars for Spirit Pack, the first day it got released, it got 10 fucking 1 stars. First day. 10.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh god.
I immediately was like, yeah, I'm not watching this. This is just cover art. That's it.
Yeah. It was a bit of a hoot. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, a lot of stuff, you guys know, I play by ear. I'll just kind of jump into without paying too much attention to. And it's actually funny, because looking down the list of simulcasts, I actually don't see it right now. I don't know if I'm just, like, blocking it out from my mind, but I actually don't see Spirit Pact on here anymore.
That's a good sign.
So I know, it's like, I don't know if it's just that bad.
I think you've been watching way too much Yuri, dude. Yuri and Yaoi. You watched Kiss Him Not Me. Then you watched Yuri on Ice.
Okay. Kiss Him Not Me was good shit. All right, let's leave it that way. Also, yeah, no, dear God, those are awful. Yeah, you know what? This is actually pretty good accurate. That's a very good accurate assessment. It's Noragami, but with no charm, bad animation, bad sound design, poorly written, annoying characters, and a very, very forced plot. That's actually very true. I actually can't think of a better assessment than what this guy has said. So I'm going to totally copy that over. Because it's awful. It really is. It's very forced. I thought it had a lot of potential just reading the plot, because the concept was very good, and then they basically shoehorned in what is very stereotypical fangirl yaoi type boy love bullshit. And honestly, it seems like they had taken all of the good parts from Yuri on Ice, threw those into a blender and just let it to die, and then took whatever bad horrid dregs remained and just jerked off on it, threw a ghost in, and that is Spirit Pact.
Man, that's just not a realm I want to go into.
Imagine a terrible boy love adaptation of Mob Psycho. That's kind of what you've got here.
Why? Why would you do that? You know, like, well, I don't know if you know this, but Mob Psycho's fan base is like all about boys love. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna put
no.
these guys together.
Imagine like a horrid boy love. What was the ghost's name? The Dimple. Imagine if Dimple had a Bishi equivalent and was younger and then was the boy, and then Mob was like Reagan's age. That is essentially what you've got here.
Dude, they will put Dimple and Reagan together all the time. Like, if you look at fan art of Mob Psycho, you'll find that every time.
You know, I want to say it was Marc, years, if not maybe over a decade ago, had told me, Rule 34, it's a thing. And I said, no, there's no way that's a thing. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Let me look this up online, and no, it's not bullshit. So I've learned to stop questioning things, especially when those things, if proven to be real and exist, would make me vomit my eyeballs out. So I will concede that point to you, sir, and just say, okay, that's apparently what it is. But God help me, Spirit Pack is just garbage.
Yeah, Spirit Pack is on my don't fucking watch this list. 100%. I will not. Yeah, it's really nothing else like I want to watch. So I'm not sure if you guys know this, but they're doing a lot of simul-dubs for.
They're doing that for Fuka, aren't they?
They're doing it for Fuka. They're doing it for Aka. They're also doing it for. I'm not sure actually. I think that those are like the three that I knew. Two I knew specifically. But no, Akiba Strip. They're doing that one. And they're doing it super fast. Like, literally, I think it came out, like, right after it came out.
Oh, my God.
A sub time.
Nice.
So they're getting fast.
Akiba Strip. I genuinely forgot what that was, because the animation's different from the game.
Yeah, I actually just bought that game, like, a few months ago.
Yeah, and I'm just, like, watching, and I'm like, I swear to God, I've heard of this before. And 30 seconds in, I immediately remembered, because in a flash of light, just all of a sudden, this guy strips these four women naked, and I'm like, you know what? I remembered exactly what this is. I think that's actually what I told you guys in this chat was 30 seconds. Yeah, it took me 30 seconds to remember what Akiba Strip was all about. And that is poor, yet hilariously plot-driven nudity.
Yeah.
It's great. It's one of those fan service for fan service sake, but it's still entertaining.
The thing about it, though, is that I feel that a lot of game animations, such as Persona,
Devil
Survivor, things like that, they're pretty straightforward and close to the the manga. So, why say manga? The game. So, when they do the anime, it usually is almost like the same cinematics, essentially.
Yeah.
Akiba's strip is not. Like, at all. It's like completely different art style. Not sure if you ever like looked at the game, but it's very...
Yeah, because isn't it like cel-shaded? I know the characters are all different. The characters are all animated very differently.
Yeah, I don't even think it's the same characters either.
I think they're actually different characters. I know the little sister in the anime or in the game was like my favorite character because she was just like this very deadpan, like otaku. Mm-hmm. Essentially, that one girl whose character married Chris Pratt's character from Parks and Rec. I can't remember what her real name is anymore. It kills me. 'Cause she was
Aubrey Plaza?
Yeah, Aubrey Plaza is... I don't know if you've ever seen her stand-up, but she's literally
She's hilarious.
That is her IRL. She's just deadpan.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrifying, but it's hilarious at the same time. And that's the same premise that that show's kind of... That character's got in the game. And that's why she was probably my favorite character, was the little sister.
Yeah, it looks like... I think the animation looks very entertaining to watch. So, like, it's one of those things where, like, I could watch it, but it's more of a free time thing. And, oh, wait, I don't have that. So it's like, you know, I watch things I want to watch right now, except I'm still trying to finish JoJo. So, because of JoJo, I'm not really able to, like, watch everything that's coming out. I'm only watching the 6 that I listed, and... JoJo. And JoJo is... I just finished Stardust Crusaders, the first part. I'm in Egypt now. And it is getting good.
Oh my god. I can't believe... I was about to say so much bad stuff. And then you thankfully said you finished the first part. I thought you meant like you finished Stardust Crusaders. And I don't know. What's your opinion on that? I know it's not this new season, but I figure we'll cap it off with a fun JoJo's conversation. What was your...
JoJo is exactly what it is. It's a bizarre adventure. It is so extremely bizarre, where the first battle tendency was like... And the reason why I say battle tendency is because Phantom Blood is like... too short for me to really talk about, in my opinion. I don't even like talking about it. It's so short. While Battle Tendency, it was a bizarre adventure, but it was pretty linear. I feel that if you're watching JoJo, Stardust Crusader, the first half, you can kind of pick up any time into the show and you'll be fine. So much shit's going on. And, like, nothing's really consistent. So, like, something big happened... And I was just like, what the hell is going on? And I kind of want to talk about it, but I'm not sure if I can, spoiler-wise. But...
I mean, I think Marc is the only one that's... Marc is farther behind than you.
Yeah.
I wish you were actually... I wish you were further along in Diamond is Shining, or Shining Diamond, or whatever the hell they call it now.
Isn't it?
Diamond is Unbreakable. Yeah, no, but the actual thing that they say in broken Japanese English is like Diamond is Shining. I'm pretty sure that's actually what they say explicitly. I can't remember.
Oh no!
Because I took a break. But dude, there's this hilarious meme. I'm waiting for you to get into this arc so that I can share it with you because it is just the most hilarious thing in the world.
Dude, I just want to watch Joseph Joestar talking English all day.
Yeah, no, it's great. It really is.
Joseph Joestar
Son of a bitch!
Joseph Joestar is probably my favorite part of the whole show. And it's going to suck when he's not there anymore. I know it's going to happen eventually. I love Joseph Joestar so much.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help that like every episode, every arc is like three generations later.
Yeah. So, like, I know I'm probably not going to see him again. But it's just like... I'm happy that they were able to add him into this story, you know? Because they could have easily not have. But they did, and it's great. So, definitely, I think JoJo is, like, worth watching to anyone. I think anyone can watch
absolutely.
it. It's such a fun ride. But you just have to, like, really just watch Phantom Blood.
You have to be prepared.
Pushing through Phantom Blood is, like, the key. Because, fuck... Phantom Blood is rough. but I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's as good as Battle Tendency. Battle Tendency is so good.
Battle Tendency is amazing because IMO Joseph. But again, I think as long as you can get to the Haman part, you're in good shape. Like if you can get to the point where Haman gets in, like I still remember when I first picked up JoJo, like when they first made the anime all those years ago, someone had commented to me, "Yeah, no, it's great because as you watch this show, it goes on for like 6 more arcs, and every villain you see is more outrageous than the last." And I thought to myself, this is a medieval knight who is resurrected as a vampire who fought this guy underwater using his hair. I can't really think of a way you could top that. Oh no, they top the shit out of that.
And then they continuously do it.
It's ridiculous. That was absolutely true 4 or 5 years ago, and it's still true to this day. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I look forward to JoJo. I'll be watching more of that on the side from all this other simulcast bullshit I'm watching. So we should probably close out now. It's been an hour, and it's a lot shorter than our last one, but fuck, we had a lot to talk about with the Anime Awards. So we will talk to you guys next time, which most likely going to make this weekly. Not sure what we're going to talk about next time, because probably not going to keep all these anime on our list. I know I'm probably going to keep 3. I don't know about you guys. So we'll see from there. 3-episode test, as always.
Yeah.
If I stuck through Big Order, I can stick through any of this shit.
Oh my god, stop.
Except Spirit Pack.
No,
except Spirit Pack.
Why?
No, because you said that you have to watch Spirit Pack.
No, you know what? You fuckers bring up goddamn Kimi no Iramachi to me after years of repression. Fucking years of blocking that out from being a thing. No, I will bring up Big Order all I goddamn want.
Sounds like a big order.
Yes.
Alright, on that note, it was great talking about anime and such, and all the shitty anime that we're all watching, because it's all shit. Wonderful. And you guys have a wonderful evening, and thank you for watching. Listening. Same thing. Later. 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 Later.